So everyone with an RX8 knows that every time you get gas, you have to check your oil because the rotary engine burns the oil with the gas. Sometimes when I am checking my oil at night, it is hard to see where to put the dipstick back, and holding a flashlight is difficult too. So I decided to make a light for the dipstick hole, which will make checking oil a whole lot easier. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a dipstick light for your RX8. I will include a link to everything I used in the description. The first thing you need is an LED diode. This I got off of Amazon, and it's wired so it has a resistor already in the negative side, which is white for some reason. The next thing you need is a momentary normally on switch. This switch will turn off as it's pressed. This is what's going to trigger the light to turn on when your hood is open. The next thing you need is a wire tap, add a fuse wire tap, and a 3 amp fuse to run the whole thing. Finally, you're going to need some aluminum flat bar. This is what you're going to make your brackets out of to mount your switch and your light. So the first thing I did was get some measurements of where I was going to mount the switch. I had Reed design this bracket that I'm going to make out of this aluminum bar. So I'm mounting it to my fender bolt and having it go over so it will be pressed by the soft lining of the hood. Now I'm going to check the fitment with the hood when I close it. So I hooked up the voltmeter to the switch, so when I connect this terminal, it'll make a beep. And when I press this switch down, it closes it. It just shows when it's connected. So when I release it, it'll beep. When I press it, it stops beeping. So I'm going to shut the hood, and if it stops beeping, then it's in a good spot. And if it doesn't stop beeping, then I'll have to change the location of it. I think I found a position that works, so I'm going to shut the hood and see if the beeping turns off. As you can hear, the beeping turned off. Now when I open the hood, the beeping should come back on. And there it goes back on. Now, go into your fuse box and find a fuse that is on when the car is off using a voltmeter. I'm going to tap into this 10 amp fuse. It's labeled engine compartment 2. Now take this fuse and put it into the wire tap. Make sure it is on the bottom slot. The top slot should be the 3 amp fuse for the LED. Then simply replace the fuse. Now measure up a wire from the add a fuse to the switch. So I swapped the fuse from the engine compartment fuse to the 15 amp horn fuse, which is actually on all the time. This one turned off power after a while. So now I can wire it up. Now before I mount the switch, I'm going to check one more time to make sure that it turns off when I shut the hood. Now for mounting the light, I'm simply going to zip tie it to this hose. So now I have a supply of light to the dipstick, and I don't have to hold a flashlight when I check my oil when it's dark out. And when the hood closes and turns the switch off, turns it off. So it's simple, just like that. This same design can be used to mount lights along the upper side of the hood or along the engine bay. So if you want any kind of lights in your engine bay that want to turn on with your switch, just like this, then you can do them the same way. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.